We out here in nature, getting that nice grounding on, baby. Getting those ions, that electrical ion exchange. Check it out. I just did a 1 hour call with a brother from Melbourne. This energy, this energico, this chi, this vril, this mana, this is real. This sexual energy is real. And it's contained in your balls. It's contained in your root chakra. This brother got on the phone to me and he's talking about how he's been struggling a little bit with God mode. He's been doing it, but he's still relapsing. He finds himself, when he's in public, forcing himself not to look at women. Okay? This is stage one. Stage one, when you're coming off a drug, is you need to remove all of the traces of that drug from your life completely. This is why I say, if you're starting God mode, don't look at women. Just simply don't look at them. For however long you need to do that, for like a month, maybe you need to do that for 2 months. Just stop looking at them. Remove the stimulus and you're not going to be getting triggered into relapsing so much. And if you have to look at them, just look at their face. Just practice brahmacharya, whatever it's pronounced. Just look at their face. Look into their eyes. So he's been doing this, but he's finding he's getting tired of forcing himself not to look. So I said, brother, let's do a visualization. I want you to imagine the most beautiful goddess has just walked in front of you. Closed his eyes and imagined this goddess. I said, look into her eyes. Just look into her eyes. Just see her beauty. Just feel that raw feminine magnetism. Just feel that raw magnetic power stirring you up, making you feel a bit horny, making you feel a little bit excited. And so we did that. And I was like, just keep feeling it. Just keep feeling it. I want you to breathe into it. Breathe into your genital area. It's tense. It's so tense down there. When we're in this habituation of PMO, it's like our root is locked up like a ball of steel. And whenever the urges arise, we have to just push that energy out as fast as we can. But I said, okay, start to breathe. Just breathe into that area. We're not pushing the energy away. We're not denying the energy. We're acknowledging it, we're feeling it, and we're breathing into it. I said, let the energy expand. Let the energy grow. Imagine your breath is like a bellows on a fire, like a fan, and you're just pumping air into that fire, pumping air into those hot coals, and they're just getting hotter. They're just getting glowing white hot. And he keeps going, And I said, now imagine the energy expanding, growing out of that genital area. I want you to imagine it is starting to move up your body. Using the breath like a pump to pump the energy up out of your dick and balls, up your spine. This is spinal breathing. This is a yogic technique. This is just a basic technique to transmute your sexual energy, to raise your sexual energy. So we're doing it. Deeply breathing. He couldn't get the energy to move up. He couldn't get the energy to rise. Because the reality is, these chakras are locked. These chakras are locked for lack of use. And because of social conditioning, programming, these chakras are locked up with a lock and key. It's like they got a chain around them. And it takes work to open them. right? That's the metaphysical talk coming out of me. But in the grounded 3D reality, it takes meditation, breath work, acknowledging traumas, letting go of traumas, letting go of old beliefs, letting go of stale, stagnant energy that's stuck in your body. Okay, you've got to learn to let go. You've got to learn to breathe. You've got to learn to ground. You've got to practice meditation, stilling the mind so everything that's inside you can begin to bubble up and release. And so I'm guiding him, and the energy starts traveling down. The energy starts traveling down out of his genitals into his thighs. And now he's feeling like his thighs are on fire. Like his thighs are just full of energy. So I said, stand up, pump that energy into your legs. Start doing some squats. Start walking around. Told him to take off his shoes, take off his socks, put your feet on the soil. Connect to the earth. And so he does this and he keeps breathing. He keeps breathing the energy down. I said, breathe it into your feet. He's literally pulling the sexual energy out of his root into his legs and into his feet. And now he's starting to feel an energy that he said he hasn't felt since he was 13. Since before he started getting addicted to lust. And he starts getting so pumped, so energized. It's just like a 7-degree day in Melbourne, degrees Celsius, pretty cold. He starts off wearing a jumper, but now he's starting to heat up. The chi is starting to heat up his body. This is what Wim Hof teaches. This is what the yogis teach. These techniques where they can sit on the ice in a loincloth and use their breath to heat up their body. Nice big fat chemtrail. Look at that dirty big chemtrail. And you can actually heat up your body with this sexual energy. Sexual energy is just another name for chi. It's just another name for life force, prana. And so he's getting so pumped. His energy level is rising. He's starting to feel like really pumped. And I'm like, oh shit, what's he gonna do? He's like, bro, I'm just out in public. I can't really go crazy right now. Like if I was at the gym, I could just hit those bars, bro. He said, I feel more powerful. I feel like I could just run through a wall right now, bro. And I'm like, just keep breathing, bro. Keep breathing, keep breathing. And then he had this urge to shout out in public, out in a park. So I said, bro, take your arm, put your arm in your mouth and shout into your arm. And he just unleashes into his arm, this primal, guttural, deep roar just shouts into his arm. And the energy just kept building. We didn't get it to rise up his spine, up his chakras, but we got it to move. We got it to move into a place that it hadn't been maybe for years, maybe ever. He said, I've never felt this powerful. And I said, that's good, bro. That's good. He's going to keep practicing. I said, every time you see a woman now, you've graduated from God mode level 1 to God mode level 2. Every time you see a woman, I don't want you to force yourself not to look. I want you to look at her, not at her body. I want you to look at her face. I want you to feel that raw, primal connection, that urge to just grab her and just take her. And I want you to just breathe that energy. Just feel the raw intensity of that energy. Don't go into fantasies, stay out of your head. Feel the raw intensity of the energy. And just start to get used to it. Just start to familiarize yourself with this raw energy. You see, energy that's stuck in your root chakra is called lust. It goes round and round and round. It has you obsessing about sex. And it takes over your mind and it has you fantasizing about sex. But the moment you learn to handle that energy by simply being present with it and not allowing it to control you, just feeling it, it's just a commercial jet. Chemtrail. Am I crazy? It's just a commercial jet leaving some vapor in the sky. That looks like vapor to me, doesn't it? You are getting used to this high power level. You're getting used to actually embodying it without having to spurt it out of your dick. You're becoming acclimatized to this energy, not allowing it to take over your mind, but allowing it to fill you up from the inside. Christ said, "Rivers of living water will flow from your belly." Christ was a master sexual alchemist who had a wife, whose first miracle was to perform at a wedding. The sacred union, the perfect matrimony, all the clues are there. Muhammad was the same, he had a wife. He came to teach about sexual alchemy. All these prophets, Buddha had a wife. All the greats were married. They practiced sexual alchemy, they practiced transmutation of the sexual energy up into the higher power centers so that we could become enlightened, so that we could take authority over nature like we were designed to, so that we could rule and reign as gods. Don't shoot the messenger. It's there in all the sacred texts if you just look for it, if you've got the eyes to see. Okay, so you need to start familiarizing yourself with this sexual energy and using your breath, using your intention to embody it fully, to raise it up into the higher centers. You do this through visualization, through breathing, through feeling, through observing. A simple daily practice that you can do every day is just sit for 20 minutes. Oh, I don't have time. You got time for video games? You got time for gossiping on the internet? You got time for texting girls, scrolling Tinder? You got time for this practice, bro. Stop making excuses. This is your life. This is your life force. This is your opportunity to transform into a full man, into an Übermensch. Sit for 20 minutes. Become aware of the sensations in your body. There's always something going on in your body. There's always a feeling that we're avoiding through thinking, through thoughts. Thoughts are our escape hatch from feeling. We've become disconnected from our bodies. Get back in touch with your body. Feel what's going on in there. Maybe you got a bit of a discomfort in your stomach. Maybe you got a bit of a tension in your chest. Sit and feel it. Begin to breathe. Breathe into that feeling. Observe it, feel it, breathe into it. And as you breathe, move that energy. Use the breath as a pump to move that energy. You're going to start unblocking the chakras. When you unblock the chakras, the sexual energy can rise out of your root and start to travel towards the brain, ascending the tree of life, self-inseminating you and awakening you. This video is a bit more on the esoteric side than usual, but if you don't like that, then that says more about you than it says about me, because this is facts, bro. Much love, Kings.